Welcome, Kletus Roadside Service. We're actually driving a service truck today too. We're in a F600 dually uplift, or I don't know. I call it uplift only because of my video games. They all say uplift, but it's got the service bed on it. It's a really nice service bed. It's got a crane and a bunch of other stuff and storage. I got a little remote and everything. It's a pretty fucking nice ass truck. I can only imagine how much they spent on this fucking thing. And we're headed over to Sauget, Illinois. It's right across the bridge from um, what's it called? The Arch in Missouri. So we're headed from Kansas 100% across Missouri, and then yeah, going over there. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a great day. I told my boss that I really wanted drive hours. He offered me work this weekend. There wasn't drive hours, but it was hours. But then that ended up getting canceled. So then I'm guessing that's why he gave this one to me. Because I easily could have been put on any of the other jobs that they had scheduled today. One of them's a box truck going up to St. Joe. One of them is picking. I don't know. We're doing a lot of has waste pickup. It's like a lot of places are like, shit, we can't have this waste here after the first of the year. Like we said in February, somebody's got to come pick this shit up, and now they're all scrambling to get us to get it all picked up. And I mean, shoot, I'm on my way, Sauget. I am on my motherfucking way. We're gonna go over here. I guess it's 4 drums, so that's why I'm in like a pickup today. It's just a little bit of stuff. It's not a lot, and I'm all for it. Did we have a good weekend, everybody? I think I did. Not real. I mean, I did, but nothing got done. I did mess with my truck, my '79. I really should have tried to figure out a way to get over to my brother's house. He lives like 30 minutes away from me. Not a horrible amount of driving, but it is. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna be there for a while, and I gotta let my whole family know. And then my kids are upset because I've been working all week, and they're like, you said we could play today, and then we can't play. So I did not go work on the 92. I was thinking about doing that today, but it's gonna be dark before I'm ready to work on it. But we got New Year's Day off. So I'm thinking that's what I might do. I might go over New Year's Day and spend most of the day over there trying to secure my truck back. Figure out what the hell's going on with it. Now, I guess that all depends on if O'Reilly's is open. Because I got to get parts. I don't know if it's the slave cylinder, the master cylinder, the line, the clutch fork, the throwout bearing, or the clutch itself. I know it's not the clutch itself because you can. Well, actually, I don't know for sure it isn't the clutch itself, but it doesn't make sense that it would be the clutch. I put that in myself. I torqued it down to a on all bolts. Okay, and I am pretty confident they're still holding good. I do own a torque wrench. I have never used it, but I mean I don't think the torque of the clutch is the problem here. I think the clutch was fine for years. What, 4 years? Maybe even longer than that? Maybe 5 years? Actually, yeah, 5 years because I got the truck. My son was born. He was like 6 months old, maybe. and I got the truck. And my son is about to turn 6, so I've had the truck for like 5.5 years. And when I got the truck, I put the clutch in it pretty fucking quick. And I got the truck. Money out of my pocket, $45. Okay, not kidding. $45 secured the truck to me. I did trade some items for the truck, but I don't count that as money. I don't. I counted it as money to him, the guy I got the truck from, but that wasn't. It was okay to do that, And I can't wait to get that truck back. I've been looking at those black wheels that I got that I took off my '79, and I'm excited to put those on there. I'm excited to jack it up and put the leveling kit on the truck, put the blocks in the rear, and just have a pretty cool old truck that's got a little bit of a stance to it. I even have wheel spacers because once you jack up the front already, well, no, the rear is the ones that stick in quite a bit. But once you jack up the front, it only brings those wheels in further. But I have 2-inch wheel spacers for the rear. I guess I'll put 1-inch spacers up on the front. I guess I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I know those wheels on the back, they stick in a little too far. But these Steelies that I got, they have a little bit of an offset, so those should be good. Over the weekend, trying to think, there really wasn't a lot being done on Saturday or Friday night. And to tell you the truth, Sunday also. I was a lazy potato. And I don't know. It's probably got something to do with the bad food I've been eating. But it also could just be with it's hibernation season. I like to relax. That sunrise over here is so pretty. It is straight up magenta. Whatever color magenta is. There's a magenta sky coming up. Looks beautiful. And I'm driving straight into it. Taking I-70. I'm in a pickup, so I don't have to stop at any of the way stations. I can just roll on by, which is ideal. Not because of there's anything wrong. It's just I don't like stopping in the way stations. I don't like going in there and them looking at me. Most of the time they do let me just drive on through, but sometimes and randomly, even the times that you think you actually have nothing to worry about is the times that they're gonna pull you in and they're gonna fucking find something. You're like, what the fuck? But I really don't have that much experience with it. There's a lot of other truckers out there that have been really fucked over by the way stations, or rightly so fucked over by the way stations. Um, you know, if they do find something, maybe they'll find something that you as a trucker don't even notice. I mean, some of these trucks driving around, they got a car stuck up underneath them, and they're just like, I didn't feel nothing, I don't know nothing. That's just crazy to me to see somebody. I've seen just videos. I've never seen it in real life. There was one in Kansas City. Well, yeah, there was one in Kansas City. There was I don't know what type of it was a semi truck with a dry van on it, and he was going around a corner, and a car ran the red light, or the truck was turning on a yellow. I don't know, or turning left on a green, but yet I don't know what the situation was exactly. But a car went underneath the truck and was stuck there, and the truck didn't stop, didn't notice anything. He thought he hit a curb or something. I don't know. But there's a car stuck underneath the truck, and he drove for miles before somebody stopped him and was like, yo, there's a car underneath. And when you look at it, I can see it both ways, which some people would probably be upset about. Like, what are you talking about? There could be a car underneath you, and you wouldn't notice it. Look in your fucking mirrors. I look in my mirrors, quite often. I like to know where everybody is around me, and I always have my mirrors set to where I can see my rear duals on my trailer or my truck or whatever. I want to be able to see the back end of my what I'm hauling, whether it be a naked semi just driving down, bobtailing, or a 53-foot dry van. I like to have my mirrors set to where I can see everything. I can usually I do that just to see, because you'll notice a tire blow, but you might not notice like the tread come off. You won't really it won't make there's so much in between where those tires are and you, and they're all bumpy. Every one of these trucks is super fucking bumpy that you might not notice something uh, like a wobbly wheel or a tire. I noticed a tire blow. They're loud as a motherfucker. Like, I can have my headphones in up, but and I'm like, what the fuck was that? If I can hear a in my headphones, I'm like, whoa, something loud as fuck. Somebody shooting at me? No, it's your tire shredding. Holy shit! Look at this sky. Look at the beautiful sky. There's a the sun is coming up on the clouds. You can see the clouds. Mm-mm-mm. So I can see it where the trucker might not, it's so early in the morning, there's nobody around. Maybe like he just glances in his mirrors, but he doesn't notice anything. The headlights and the taillights, which I think that they were both still operable after getting wedged underneath the trailer. But if they weren't, and it's dark and there's nobody around, you're just looking around, you're like, man, this truck is having trouble today. That's all you're thinking. But it's also like, if you get caught like that, you are a stupid motherfucker. Okay, you immediately got to lose your license and probably do some time just to think about what the fuck you did. You were driving around for miles with another vehicle wedged underneath your trailer. That's like, I mean, if the person died, it would probably be like some sort of involuntary something or another. I don't know, but you still do time for that. And it's just, I don't know. There are sometimes things that your truck can do that you will not notice at all. But a car with the hood sticking out on the left and a fucking bumper and tailgate sticking out the right, you don't look and you can't see that right down the side of your truck, and you can't see those. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are, but you drive around for miles like that, you gotta go. Okay, you're not attentive enough to be a truck driver. Seriously. Um, but yeah, I saw the motherfucking grain haulers. Those guys, I don't know what those guys do, but they had some nice fucking trucks sitting outside of our shop because there's a grain elevator nearby, and they line up on our road. And there's two guys. You could tell they were like they knew each other or something. One of them was green, one of them was blue. I think they were both white trucks, but they had like all the green lights and the purple lights or blue lights or whatever the fuck they were, and they were just really good looking trucks. But then there was the one behind them that was just all blacked out. He had some cut off stacks, and I was like, I'd rather take that over the fucking little LED light fucking show guys. I'd rather have the one that just got the cut off stacks. That one's nice. I mean, as nice as I would want one. Nice old long nosed Pete sleeper, maybe with a tag axle. I can haul in, I don't know how much fuel, like 700 gallons of fuel. Man, that's not. He ain't got to stop at fuel stations, I'll tell you that. But when he got the fuel up, holy. I played some video games. I played a little bit of the career mode on BeamNG. I played a little bit of Motortown. I played some stuff. I had a good time. Um, didn't really get far enough into anything, but on the BeamNG, I don't know. It's like you don't get to choose. You get to choose what car you get, but there's only a certain amount of cars that are available to buy in certain configurations, like preset cars. Like like the base game has a pickup truck, but then whenever you go to buy a pickup truck, you don't know if it's going to be but it could be a V6, it could be a V8, it could be a diesel, it could be a dually, it could be a long bed, short bed, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, extended cab. It could be any sort of configuration with whatever that little preset has. And I got lucky because I played the career mode for a while. This is the second time I played it with this career mod, though, which it helps out because it'll actually distinguish the cars a little bit better. But I was able to get me. I started off with like a V6 pickup truck, and then I put a V8 in it, and then I found one of the police cars. There was like a police dually extended cab truck. It was two-wheel drive. So I bought that, made it four-wheel drive, and decked it out the way I wanted it to be. And then, like just last night, later on, I found another long bed dually single cab that's two-wheel drive. It's already got the gooseneck hitch on it and everything. I was like, hell yeah, brother, I'm buying that motherfucker. And I don't know. I'm just game talking right now, so if you don't play the game, you probably ain't gonna know much about it. But they were cheap considering what they were. And the cool thing is, like the one that was made into a police car, you can take that police livery, like the skin off, and sell it and make a lot of money. So I bought that police one for cheap, and then I sold the skin for even more. And so I got that truck for a steal, but I did have to make it four-wheel drive and outfit it the way I wanted it to be outfitted, and now it's a good truck. Anyways, I was excited about that. My son is got a loose tooth. I'm excited about that. He is so frightened, but that thing's coming out. And I was like, 5 years old, loose tooth already? Like, I don't know. He's still a young one. I didn't know they could lose teeth that young, without getting hit in the face by something. But no, I didn't hit him in the face with anything recently. This is a natural loose tooth. But yeah, brushing our teeth last night was not fun. I was like, brother, let me brush it. Because I let them brush their teeth. They have fun. They just eat the fucking toothpaste. And then then I'm like, all right, now we got to for real brush them. And then I brush it. And he did not want me messing around with that lower tooth. Mama went off and hung out with her friends last night. She had a good time. She did a rage room with her friend for her friend's birthday, and I love my wife. She's so cute. She sent me a video of her hitting a glass bottle with a baseball bat. I was like, I didn't say it, but I really wanted to say it. We got bottles at home. I also have a bat. Don't know why you got to go pay so much money to go break shit. We have a lot of shit you could break here. You just got to ask. She's like, no, it's like set up for you to break it. I'm like, I know. I used to have that in my backyard growing up. Did not know you could make money off of that. Wish I thought of it. It's just like the axe throwing. She's like, well, it's set up for axe throwing. I'm like, what do you mean it's set up for axe throwing? You just need a log strip and no fucking dogs around. That's all you need. And throw an axe. You can throw it at the shed if you want. I don't give a shit. I'd rather have a hole in my shed than $200 gone. Or no, it wasn't $200, but whatever it is, Oh, it's only $30 for another 3 throws. It's like, what? They're limiting your throws? But whatever. She had fun. She got to go out and hang out with her friends. Cool beans. I hung out. Oh shit! I'm getting the burpees going on. I don't know, this Black Rifle coffee. I didn't have any coffee at home, and I left my cup in my car. And it's like, if you leave your cup in your car, once I go out and I get in my car, I gotta go. I ain't got time to run back in and make coffee. So I went to the shop and they make a big old pot of 2 big old pots of Black Rifle coffee every morning, which is ideal because I usually will have my home coffee chug before I get to work. But anyways, she got to go do that. I hung out with the kids at home. We played a board game, a Bluey board game, which was way more intricate than I thought it was. But the instructions were like, do this or just don't. It's like pretty lax instructions. They're just like, play the game or don't. We understand. Like, you have kids, and they are not going to understand how to do any of this stuff. But the kids had a lot of fun playing it. It was a pretty cool board game for what it was. But my kids, I love them so much. This is the second board game that they have opened by themselves. By opening, I mean ripping open like it's wrapping paper. I'm like, the box is ruined now. They're like, what? Oh, I forgot. I'm like, yeah, you can't just rip the fucking box open. Now all the pieces have to go into a bag. But whatever. It's better that way anyways. So, had a good time. Played board games. I would say that I played Fortnite to lie to you guys, because I do feel bad that I didn't play any Fortnite for my son, but I didn't play any Fortnite. I let him do all the Fortnite and stuff. And right now, like, there's a bunch of presents that you're supposed to unwrap, and my son is begging me to get on to open up the present. He's like, you're gonna lose all your presents if you don't get on there. You gotta open up. I'm like, I don't want to. I don't care. I've seen my algorithm, since he takes my phone and plays on my Facebook and my YouTube, which is a little scary, but whatever. I mean, it's mostly trucks and video games and stuff, but my algorithm is all Fortnite shit. So it's like, I know what's in all of those fucking Christmas boxes already, and it makes no sense for me to even play, because I don't want any of that stuff except for the Snoop Dogg outfit. But once everybody gets a Snoop Dogg outfit, nobody's going to give a shit about the Snoop Dogg outfit, because every single person's going to have it. They're going to be running around like right now. Not right now, but everybody got a free Juice WRLD. He's a rapper that died. I'd never heard of him. And a lot of other people I don't think heard of him either after he died. But now he's like one of the greatest rappers ever was, or something. I don't know. Anyways, there's a Juice WRLD skin, and yeah, it was bad. Every single person was Juice WRLD with orange pants, running around. It was so now it's going to be Snoop Dogg running around. Every single person's going to be Snoop Dogg. And I tried to explain to my son. He's like, I want my, do I have more V-Bucks? I was like, you do. You have like 6,000 more V-Bucks. He's like, ooh, can I have it? I'm like, you can, but what do you want? And he's like, I want this dance, I want this music, I want these sneakers, whatever the fuck it is. I'm like, no. No. He's like, what? I'm like, because new skins, I don't know if you guys know anything about Fortnite, but the skins, they come out and then they go away. They come out and they go away constantly. Like every time, I don't play that often, but whenever I do, I open up the item shop and there's a bunch of new skins in there. And it's like, that's what you should be spending the big V-Bucks on, instead of these little dances and stuff that nobody cares about. I mean, maybe he cares about them, so maybe I should. But I know as soon as he spends 6,000 V-Bucks on dancing and music, there's skin that he is desperately going to want. He is going to fight tooth and nail to get, is going to be available. So it hurts me, but I'm like, brother, you gotta wait. And yeah, I don't know. Fortnite, that's how they make their money. They're doing a great job at it. Y'all are doing a great job making money. It's a free game. It's not pay to play. So you can just get the game for free and play the game. And you can even get free stuff. But if you want to get the cool stuff, like I did, I spent some money on V-Bucks the other day because I bought a chicken. I bought the chicken from Family Guy, the big fighting chicken. Turns out, not a good skin to have. Not at all, because it's giant. I don't know. Not the hitbox is still the same, I believe. So like if somebody shoots you, they still have to shoot you where the body would be, like the skinniest body would be or whatever. But it's bright yellow and cartoon. So it's like you're not blending in with anything. And it's big, so like even if like people will be like, what the fuck is that yellow thing hiding behind there? And they'll shoot at it and they won't hit it, but then I gotta go. You know? It's like, oh shit, they see me. I'm a giant chicken. Help me. But I don't know. I was like, I have to get the giant chicken from Family Guy. There's a Peter Griffin one too, but I didn't get that. I don't know. If it was the real Peter Griffin, it's like a skinnied up Peter Griffin. But anyways, yeah, we're headed over to Illinois. It says I'll be there at 11 a.m. 4-hour drive, just about. I got to pick up 4 barrels of non-hazardous waste. Let's see what the waste is. Non-RCRA, non-DOT regulated material, development and purge water liquids. So, that's what I'm picking up. I can only imagine that these are all going to be completely full to the fucking top. Luckily, I have the crane. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully it goes well. And then, I don't know, I think my boss is expecting me to get the shit offloaded today. And I don't know, like, everybody started at 7. Nobody, and if you wanted me to start earlier, he never let me know. But, pretty sure the place is going to be closed where this stuff is supposed to go. Pretty sure. So I'm probably gonna end up just driving back to the shop and being done. I'll get 8.5, maybe 9 hours today. Well, 9.5 probably with the Monday meeting. I actually made it to the Monday meeting. I drove a little quickly to work today. You know, but I followed all the rules of the road. But I drove quickly. A couple of spots you don't see any speed limit signs, so you just imagine it's whatever you can get up to. And yeah, made it to work on time. No parking spots. I had to there's like a reserved parking spot for one of our office ladies that is in Africa, and people still will not park in her spot, but they take up every other fucking spot. Every fucking spot was taken up. I was like, I cannot believe this. I need to park somewhere. So I had to park in her spot. Very well. Um, yeah. So that's about it for right now. If something else happens, I will bring you back. Well, we got loaded. We're in St. Louis. This is a shithole. Not gonna lie. Uh, my my feeling towards the St. Louis area, the whole area, like a big chunk of Missouri over here and Illinois, they all suck. Okay, the people, I don't know what it is out here, but the speed limit's 60. You can't do 60 anywhere around here. Everybody's just hauling fucking ass. And not that I care that much about it, but I have like a log on this truck, and I can't be doing 25 mile an hour over the entire time I'm out here. I don't know. I just do my thing and let people come around me. But I just got flipped off, so that's one thing that kind of really. I just got flipped off, so I was like, I should probably turn on the recording. A guy in a Mustang, no front bumper, the rear bumper was hanging on by 2 or 3 zip ties. And he's in a Mustang, a convertible Mustang. Yes, there was a little bit of trash bag and duct tape on that convertible top. Piece of shit Mustang. Was it a V8? No. I mean, maybe. I highly doubt it. This fucking idiot did not know how to get on the highway. He had a short on ramp, and I see him coming, but he's going so fucking slow on the on ramp. Like I'm not saying he had a short on ramp. He had a decent on ramp of the downhill that comes up to the highway. But once you get down next to the highway, you got to get over quickly. And he was going so fucking slow on the downhill that I was like, okay, well, I'll just speed up a little bit. And I sped up a little bit, and I don't know, with his V6 power, fucking ran up, and he just stayed right next to me. It's like I was ahead of him for a little while, and then he decided to speed up right next to me, and then he was honking. The shit was falling apart. One of his tires was low, missing a couple lug nuts. I don't know, but that thing looked like a hunk of fucking shit. He had to slam on his brakes because he was coming to the end of the deal, and I'm like, you want me? I have waste on board. I can't. I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna just slam on my brakes for a guy in a Mustang that doesn't know how to merge. I am not slamming on my brakes for you, and it's not even my job to slam on the brakes. You're the one that's merging into this traffic. I have a fucking racetrack to the left of me, okay? Because I'm trying to run the slow lane. I have a racetrack of cars just flying up, and I noticed this also before. I'll always complain about traffic, especially in St. Louis. But listen, when I'm driving, and this was a different instance whenever I was like downtown St. Louis area, I was like, oh, there's like 4 cars getting on the highway, and they are all ass to fucking mouth, as close as they can fucking getting on the highway on downtown curves and shit. So I'm like, all right, let me get over. And I put on my blinker, and I started to get over. Dude, I didn't know people were hiding behind me. They were just like, as soon as this guy wants to get over, we're going to fucking get over. And there was nothing I could do. There was nowhere. I was like, I looked to my left. I had a clear opening. I put on my blinker. As soon as my blinker came on, 6 cars come fly up, and they just hang out right next to me. I'm like, whoa, all right. Well, I was going to be nice to these 3 fine people of St. Louis and help them out, let them get on the highway. But no, your fucking neighbors over here do not give a fuck. I don't know. This place is just, if I lived out here, maybe I could get used to it, but I don't. And I bet I spent 2 weeks out here, and I still can't get used to it. Just a shithole. A fucking shithole place. And so the guy, he rolled up next to me in the Mustang, and he pulled his middle finger out like it was I don't know, probably like a yo-yo or something. Looked like he was doing a yo-yo for a little while, but then he just stared at me, and I'm like, "There's more cars ahead of you. You should probably watch where you're going." And then he swerved in front of me. He didn't cut me off, but he did swerve whenever he got a safe distance away from me. Because I mean, I was letting off the throttle. I was hovering the brake pedal because I'm like, I know this fucking guy. This isn't the first time he's done something like this. Been a dumbass, doesn't know how to drive, and blames everybody else. So he could definitely brake check the shit out of me. And I'm like, how? I kind of want to talk to. So if I do get brake checked, if I hit him, maybe it would be good to get out and be able to talk to him. Maybe find some common ground. Be like, do you like playing video games? I do too. You know, maybe or something like that. Like, you have a cool beanie. And maybe that would bring him, get him off of his rage machine. He's his little green rage machine Mustang. Um, but no, he got in front of me, and then he took the exit that I was going to take. You know, because I had been driving. I waited till I got a half an hour away from St. Louis. I was like, then I'm going to find a White Castle. So I found one that was like, 32 minutes away from where I picked up these drums from. And I was like, that looks like a good spot to go to White Castle. Let's go there. And then who happens to get off on the exit with the fucking White Castle right there? And it looked like a nice one too. And I was like, I'm not gonna follow him off the exit. Now I got this fucking PT Cruiser next to me. I went a little bit into their lane because there was a fucking guy trying to tow a car off the side of the highway, and I got in their lane a little bit, and now they're looking at me weird. Like, these people don't give a fuck about anybody or anything. Everybody in St. Louis is out here for themselves. They don't give a shit. The only time they're going to pay you any attention is when you're in their way. Is Kansas City the same? Probably the same. But that doesn't make you okay. That does not make you okay, St. Louis. You're a bigger piece of shit than Kansas City, only because I know how to navigate Kansas City, and I still have issues in Kansas City. Not gonna lie. And you wouldn't think this has anything to do with, and all this stuff could happen in Kansas City also, but I don't. I think people are not much, but a little bit more considerate of others in Kansas City. I don't know. Just I could be not correct, or I could be 100% correct, and the only way to find out is to judge my experience out here to Kansas City, and I mean. The polls are in. Kansas City wins. Not by much. It was a close race. Kansas City wins. Fucking St. Louis sucks. You all fucking suck. You all lost the Raiders. I'm not a football guy. I don't know. But the Raiders, the shittiest football team of all time. And I don't know anything about sports. I'm just saying that because they came from here. They fucking suck. Raiders suck, dude. They suck hardcore. And they were like, we got to get the fuck out of here. And now look at them. They still suck, but they're in a different city, and they're like, we like this better. And now I love that the slow lane just turns into a fucking exit lane randomly. Like, you're just driving along, and then all of a sudden you're in a fucking exit lane. You're like, what the fuck? Why? I do not want to go to Hannibal. I've been to Hannibal a lot. I don't want to go there anymore. But I don't know. So yeah, I'm going to a White Castle. I picked a new White Castle that's further down the highway. I still have it's 6 minutes away now because I gotta get White Castle. I'm sorry, uh, gotta have it. Even though the microwave ones are better, I gotta have it. Which that maybe I should get a package of them and then throw them in the air fryer and see what happens. That might actually be pretty good. That might work. Probably not. I don't know. I did see a billboard. Billboards, you'd think they don't really work on you very well, but I saw one for Burger King, and I was like, oh man, maybe I want to go to Burger King. I know I'm not going to have a good time at White Castle. I already know that, and that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to have a horrible time at White Castle, so whenever I do go to White Castle, and it's not that horrible, I'll be even that more joyed. So I'm headed over here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna order whatever I order, and I'm gonna eat it, and I'll bring you in after that. How about that? How about that? Well, I guess some people aren't from United States. White Castle is a restaurant. There's a movie about it. You should check out the movie. But they're little tiny burgers, and they're all individually put into these cardboard containers, and they they have a bunch of different types, but I don't like the pickled ones. I like the ones just with the cheese and the onion. That's all the White Castle burger's supposed to have on it, from what I understand. And I'm gonna go try it out. This looks like a nicer area. This looks more like something you can see on the outskirts of Kansas City. Nice little area. There's a Mustang up here, but this is a newer Mustang, and the bumpers are on it. There is a Buick over there that looks like a piece of shit, but for the most part, I think we're doing okay. There is a Kia in front of me. Are they the Kia boys? I don't know. This Mustang says Velma. They have horrible tint, a dumb sticker on the back window, like their tint's all bubbled out. It's like you all went somewhere cheap. Of course, White Castle is on the left, so I'm gonna have to. I'm an F600, by the way, with a service bed and a crane. I'm gonna have to cut somebody off. Oh, don't hit the Mustang. All right, let's see. Yeah, never mind. This is still a piece of shit place. I don't like how crowded this place is right now. And I guess it's because it's holiday season, and this is, I don't know, a lot of people live in St. Louis, so a lot of family comes out here or something. And then right now in these holiday weeks that have been like, especially with having Christmas and New Year's on a Wednesday, is not ideal, because that everybody takes the whole 2 weeks off, and then they're out here just driving around trying to, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just being little dumb fucks running around. They're like, we're gonna go to Wentzville. That's where I'm at. I'm in Wentzville. We're gonna go to Wentzville and just clog up the roads when the out of towner wants to go to White Castle. That's what's happening right now. I just want to go to White Castle, get the fuck out of the way, you tards. Mm-mm. Don't like this at all. But hey, I'm not in a semi, because if I was in a semi, you got to really figure out which fucking White Castle you're gonna go to, and you got to like do a little bit of research. This one, I just clicked on it. I was like, whatever. Well, whichever one's next, I'm going to that one, because it's past my lunchtime and I'm hungry. I am a hungry boy. I see White Castle. There is a line. All right, we're making it in. We're making it in. Famous footwear. I see the White Castle looking so good in the strip mall. Anyways, I'm gonna pause this. I'll bring it back. Well, White Castle. I've actually eaten at that one before. I don't remember when or who I was with, but I did eat at that one before because I remember that parking lot. And yeah, it was I don't know. They only had 3 people at working, and there was a line all the way around the building of cars waiting in the drive-through, and then there was a line of people on the inside. It was ridiculous. I mean, I waited it out. I was like, I already parked, locked the truck. I brought my wallet in. I'm not leaving here without some fucking burgers, dude. So I waited in line. It really wasn't that bad, but it was like 20 minutes by the time I walked in there to the time I walked out. That's kind of a long time for a fast food restaurant, but that's all. That was almost my entire lunch break if I was taking a lunch break or whatever. If you only get 30 minutes and that's 5 minutes down the road, you ain't got time to eat the damn shit. You got to eat it on the run. Anyways, it was not good. I mean, it was made the way it was supposed to be made. There's no doubt about that. It's just not good food. It's just not good food. So, anyways, I ate that, and then I got on the highway, and things have been going well. There was a guy with a flatbed. I saw he had some foam board strapped down on the bed of his gooseneck. That's all he was hauling was foam board, but whatever. I'm not going to get on him for hauling a trailer for that, but whatever. And I see the front end of that foam board. It's a 4x8 sheet. I see the front end of that foam board start to grab the wind as he was like, I was just going the speed limit, and he zoomed around me, and I saw that foam board just snap. I was like, well, you got 4 more. Do you want to keep on going? And he pulled over. I don't know how he saw it, but he saw that he was damaging product, and I was able to get around him. And I said, hell yeah, brother. You can't even go fast. You'll fuck up however many hundreds of dollars worth of foam. I don't even know if it's even hundreds of dollars, but whatever. You got foam. You look like you got 6 sheets. The project you're working on probably requires 6 sheets, not snapped in half. So he pulled over. I thought it was kind of funny, but I've been there. I was there, but I had like 1/8 inch board, and I had a roof rack on a Chevy S10. And I strapped it down right at the fucking edge, knowing that because I was a truck. No, I wasn't a truck driver at the time, but I knew I strapped it down, and it got me. I snapped a piece of particle. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just some real thin shit. I don't know what it was, what I was doing with it, but it snapped. That shit will grab the wind and it will snap easy. And that was like inch and a half foam board there. But anyways, uh, finding a restroom would be a wonderful thing. And now I found out I've been on the road for a while. I only got I'm already 2 hours into it. Well, I guess I talked to you an hour into it. So I've been driving for about an hour. But yeah, finding a restroom would be cool. And I called my boss because I looked up the place where I'm going. I'm like, man, they close at 4, and I'll be there at 4:01. If I go the speed limit, but so I called him up. And I was like, "Do you want me to speed to get there, or what? Like, do I have to get there?" He's like, "No, no, no, no. We'll do it tomorrow. Don't worry about it." I said, "Hey, works for me." So I'll be off probably at 4:30 today. I don't know why I said today like that. Today, today. I don't know how I said it now. Sounded weird. Talked to the wife. I said, "What do you got planned to do on New Year's Day? Not Eve, New Year's Day. Because that's the day I get off. I'm off of work that day. What do you got planned?" And she said, "Nothing." I'm like, "All right, sweet." Because I'm headed up to my brother's house. And I'm going to get, if O'Reilly's is open, which I don't know why they wouldn't be, but maybe they won't be. Maybe they will. I'm hoping they're going to be open. And if they are going to be closed, maybe I'll stop by my brother's house to look at the truck and maybe do a little bit more of an assessment to see what the fuck I need for it. I ain't going to do it tonight, but I might be able to look at it and be like, all right, it does need a slave cylinder or something. I don't know. But I need to figure out what the fuck I need to buy to fix that truck to drive it home. Because it would be so fucking cool to have both of my trucks and my car at the house, and the truck working would be really cool. But let's talk about the black truck, because the black truck is mine still. I mean, not still, it is now. It wasn't for a little bit, but now it is. But the title we never turned in the title, so the truck's been mine the entire time on paper. Obviously, I wouldn't fuck my brother over like that, but what the hell is this truck doing? I got old black freight train rolling up on me, trying to come around me. You're in the slow lane. Don't pass me on the right, you fucking fuckwit. The black truck. I'm excited about it again. And I just need to tell myself, all right, well, now that I got what I want, the 79, I want the 92, I got it. Maybe I'll be happy now. I probably won't. There'll be something that comes around later on in life where I'm like, I gotta have it. But as of right now, I'm excited to have both of my trucks. I didn't think it was going to be possible to have both trucks and the car at the same time. Now, I did get a letter in the mail for my car, because I requested another title from the loan company that I bought it from, because they said they sent it to me, but my wife threw that shit away. She thought it was a credit card or something. I don't know. But they sent me a letter saying they hold no value with it anymore, and I'll be getting, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that means I'll be getting my title soon. So that's awesome. Cannot wait to get the title for the car. Once I get the truck, I mean, I don't have to wait to get the truck, but I want to get the car cleaned up. I want to do some really simple things to the car. There's a panel on the back that I painted black, but I didn't scuff up because it was chrome, and I didn't scuff it up enough. So the paint is coming off. It looks like shit is what it looks like. So I need to pull that off, sand it down, paint it. And that's right on a Chevy Cruze. That's where the above the license plate or whatever. Probably replace the exhaust tip. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I want to go that far into it. It's going to be a shitty car, but the exhaust tip looks like ass. And since I cut the bumper, I cut like a little semicircle out of the bumper so the exhaust would poke through a little bit. The little exhaust tip looks like ass. So I probably either pull that off and just leave it the way it is and clean up that little semicircle, because I did not do a good job on it. Or get another exhaust tip to throw on there just so it looks normal. It's got hubcaps. The hubcaps are not installed on the wheels right now. They're not just a press-on hubcap. They got the little caps that go on each of the lug nuts or whatever. And I'll tell you, the car does look better with them on, but right there they look like ass because I painted those also. But the paint actually stuck to those a little bit, but the paint is faded and old and chipping in some spots. So all the hubcaps I need to sand them down again and throw another coat of paint. It won't be a big deal. Just a nice little rattle can of I don't know whatever seems strongest is what I'll get, or cheap. I don't know. It ain't got to look good for very long. It's only got to look good for a little bit while I sell it. What I really wanted to do was either get new wheels for the car, like actual alloy wheels, or um, new hubcaps completely. So the ones that I didn't sand down and paint. So they're just original hubcaps. But I don't. I think I'm just gonna paint these up and make them look okay. I guess I could, if I wanted to, I could find the silver metallic and paint them up, and then nobody would really think too much about it. But I don't know. I might just paint them black again and paint the rims. The one rim I have is dented, but it's just like the outer lip. The rim is still round. This tire still holds air. Everything is fine with it, other than the rim is bent in two different little spots. But it should just take a little bit of a hammer and then put the hubcap on. Nobody will know. I mean, I could probably just put the hubcaps on right now, and nobody would know. It actually makes no difference, other than the way it looks. Like obviously, if you're gonna go buy a wheel, or you're gonna buy the car, and you're like, that wheel is bent, and then you go to look up how much the fucking wheel costs, you're like, holy shit, you're gonna need to replace a wheel before I buy it, or take money off or something. Like, damn it, dude, the wheel being dented looks bad, but it's not bad, you know. I got to replace the tire anyways. I'm gonna just find an old junkyard tire, throw on there. So get a new for the car. Just clean it out. Do a nice, full, deep clean on the interior. Probably pull the carpet cleaner out and try to do something with the seats, because they're like the light gray seats, and I haven't been very gentle with the car. I have, I eat in it. I've drank in it. I've never slept in it. I've almost fallen asleep in there once. I was just tired. But anyways, the car, it just needs a nice little detail, a couple of things painted, and then boom, it's good to go. Park it off to the side and don't touch it. I mean, I'll probably still drive the car while I have it, and I might even get that window chalk or whatever and put it on the window to sell it. Maybe get some more people interested. Maybe people call me and say, "Hey, that car's driving around. I know it's all right," and I don't know what I want to sell it for. But the funny thing is, the paperwork that I got for the car shows that I took a loan for $19,200. Is how much money that car costed me. Now I know that's way too much already. I would never buy that for $19,000. My whatever loan I had left on my truck was also wrapped into that, which was maybe $4,000, maybe, probably less. But anyways, so still, that's a lot of money for that fucking car. I guess that almost makes sense. I'm pretty sure I've always said that I paid 17 something for it. So that would make sense if my truck was like $3,000 or whatever. But that was my old 2006 GMC Sierra. It was awesome. I miss it. Not really. I don't really miss it that much. I miss it when it was first finished. when it was nice, when there was nothing wrong with it other than high mileage. It had brand new wheels, brand new tires, a nice leveling kit, good interior. The interior was still good when I got rid of it, but and it was right around the time where I chopped the fucking muffler off. That's when that truck was in the best shape of its life. Was whenever I just chopped the muffler off. And I remember that night with Luke, my buddy. We were sitting at his house, his downtown house, and he had a Sawzall, and I was like, hey, let me see that real quick, or something like that happened, and I just went out and I just laid underneath it, and then I was like, let's see what it sounds like, and I turned it on, and I was like, dude, hell yeah, like it had a cat on it still, or two cats, and it wide into one for the one muffler, and it was just chopped off as a 5.3 liter, completely stock, had a cold air intake. That was it. Nothing else was done to it. And it sounded fucking awesome. And it was reliable at the time. The transmission did go out in it, but and the transfer case, I have a feeling that was due to driving through the flood, though. There was something going on, and then there was electronic issues and stuff. Anyways, I'm done talking about that truck, because I don't really care about that truck. That truck came and gone. It's gone. It ain't coming back. I ain't going to get another one. It was cool to have a crew cab 4-wheel drive Z71, but I ain't got it no more, and I have no desire to get another one. I need to get the car cleaned up, parked off to the side, kept nice and ready to show people so they can come look at it and test drive it and buy it, hopefully. And then I got the 92. The 92, right now it's got a slightly green hood on it. It's a black hood that somebody painted like the flat green, like army can paint or whatever. And it's been chipping off really bad because they didn't do any prep work whatsoever. So the black paint underneath is actually still in really good shape. It's got swirl marks and all kinds of shit in it, but it's still got, I don't know if there was a clear coat or it was a one stage paint or whatever they call it, where it's just they paint it and it's kind of glossy. It might have clear coat to it. I'm not sure, but it's still shiny, only where the green paint has chipped off. So I'd like to figure out what the fuck to do with that. If I have to sand the whole hood down, that's gonna not be a good time. I'm telling you right now. And I'm not doing any Bondo body work, nothing like that. I would just sand it down and then throw some turbo can paint on it and call it good. And then I probably would spend the money on like a clear coat or something. It's nice because the truck is completely black. And then the driver's side door, I replaced the driver's side door because the old one was rusted and I fucked it up really bad with a screwdriver. I locked my keys in the truck once, and I used a screwdriver to jimmy the lock, and the door handle was falling out and everything. It was all bad. So I got a new door. This door, rust-free, nice, good. Everything works on. Well, everything could work on it. I need to. All I needed to do the day that I replaced the door handle on that truck, all I needed to do was take a break and then come back to it another day or in an hour or something, because I was so frustrated. I was in not a good mood the day that I was doing the door handle on that truck. I got so mad. So I just need to spend a little bit more time, look at it, watch a couple more videos, whatever the fuck I got to do. Because right now the door handle, it's got a brand new door handle on the outside, but the wire, not the wire, the fucking rods inside are fucked up. They're routed wrong. They're in the wrong spot. Something's going on with them. And I could not get the door to lock. And I replaced the lock, but the lock cylinder, like, it works exactly like the old one. So I don't know. No idea. Just need to spend some time on that door and then paint the door. I might strip everything off of the door, paint the door, and then try to put everything back into it the right way. It's got electric windows, electric locks, so there's extra shit in there. So it's a pain in the ass to take it apart and put it back in. I mean, there's other things that are more of a pain in the ass, I'm sure. That kicked my ass that day because I put that door together and apart 4 or 5 times in a row, thinking I think every time I put it back together, I'm like, now it works, and it didn't. Now it works, and now it works, and now it works. It didn't work any of the times. Now that door handle is just there for show. It's brand new. It's there for show. You got to go to the passenger side door, unlock that door, climb in over the seat, and then open the door, and then make sure it doesn't shut so you can fucking open it. It's a pain in the ass. So that's one of my first goals with that truck is to get the driver door to work properly. Also, like the buttons on the inside, I didn't even put the trim all the way back on, so the buttons are kind of like hanging out the door and shit. It doesn't look good. So first thing, get that door working, then get it painted. And then other than that, I'd like to do a full fluid change on the truck once again. And then probably put those wheels and tires that I have on. Oh, well, my brother has a couple of tires for me. So I don't know exactly what size they are. I think they're 32-inch tires. And I'm pretty sure the tires that came with my 79 are also 32-inch. So I might do some. I got 2 that match, and I think I got 2 more that match. So I can get at least 2 matching on the front and 2 matching on the back for that black truck. And then if they are a little bit different size, it's not going to matter that much. But if they are just a little bit different in size, I just need to make sure I don't use 4-wheel drive driving in a straight line. I don't think it would. I think it'll be all right. The front diffs in those trucks, I don't know of anybody that has an issue with their 4-wheel drive Chevy that isn't like the actuator. Like stripping out the gears, it's possible, but with tires that are going to be basically the exact same size, and if they are different, not much different, I don't think it's going to matter that much. But my brother's got a set of tires behind his shed I'm going to throw in the truck, take with me. And then I got those tires sitting in my garage on the wheels that I think I might put on the truck. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them on or not. I'll try it out. It won't look stock is what it will. It'll look like every other old fucking junky Chevy driving down the highway that's got a little bit of a stance to it. Which I don't have a problem with it looking like that either. But my first vision with that truck was to restore it completely. Not restore it really, but just make it completely stock because it's a very unmolested truck. Like it doesn't have no teenager has been in there dicking around with the wiring and shit. That bad. I mean, the radio was done, but the radio worked fine, and everything else in the truck works. Like the dome light works, the headlights work, blinker, hazard, cargo light. No, it doesn't have a cargo light. Just kidding. Just kidding on that one. So that's my plan for New Year's Day is to get the truck good enough to get it to my house. And if for some reason it isn't, I might talk to my boss about borrowing a truck and trailer. Maybe. It would be cool to take the low boy and get the truck and my car on the low boy at the same time. And then, well, no, that wouldn't make sense. I don't know what I'd do. That would be the best thing, is if I took my car to the shop, grabbed the truck and trailer, put my truck on the trailer, took it to my house, and then drove the truck and trailer back to the shop. I wouldn't need anybody else, because right now I need somebody to drive one of my vehicles. If they both run and drive, I need somebody to drive one of them back to my house. But yeah, I mean, if things go the way I'd like them to go, I will have 3 vehicles at my house. Where are they going to go? I don't know. I don't know. There's not a lot of room right now, so my wife would probably be at the edge of the driveway. I'd have both of the trucks on this side of the driveway, and then my little car up next to the garage, and then my wife can park in front of the car. Or behind the car. I'm going to back the car in probably, so it'd be in front of the car. But anyways, yeah, that's we have 4 vehicles now. It's just kind of a crazy. It's like, all right, which one do I want to drive? The only one that runs is the Cruise. So fuck. The black truck, it runs. I went up there the other day and it fired up, and I could put it in gear and then turn the key. So I mean, as long as I don't have to stop, I'd have to stop somewhere, but maybe I can just put it in first and then key it, and then it'll start driving, and then I can. No, I tried rev matching that truck once, and it did not want to do it. So I don't know if I should do that or just turn it off. No, that wouldn't do it. The clutch doesn't work, so that's what I really need to work on and focus on. Not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, is get the clutch fixed up. And I don't know what that would involve. If I have to buy a new master cylinder, which I probably do, and slave cylinder, the line should be fine. There's nothing wrong with the line, I don't think. So the clutch line, I can leave it where it is, and I can just replace the master cylinder and the slave cylinder. The slave cylinder is the original slave cylinder, I believe, from 1992. If not, it was replaced by somebody at some point in time, but it looks old as fuck. The master cylinder still looks good. But I will say the quality of parts is going down, and it's not going to get better. So probably just hold on to the old slave cylinder. Maybe there's something you can do to rebuild them. I don't know. Unless that is what's wrong, and it's actually fucked up. I'm thinking it's something to do with the master cylinder. But we'll figure it out later on. The 79, I hinted on it earlier that I messed with it. I think I hinted on it at least. I don't think I went through the whole thing I did with it, but I opened up the hood. I helped my buddy Luke move a bed. And when I was headed out of the house, because I've been lazy as fuck and I've been just hanging out inside. When I was leaving the house, I popped the hood and I looked at it again, looked at the engine. I haven't looked at the engine in a while. So I looked at it and I was like, man, I cannot wait to fucking mess with this again. So I left. I helped him with the bed, and when I got home, I had like 30 minutes before I had to go back inside and watch the kids, because the kids were sleeping and my wife was leaving. She's going to go do that rage room thing. So I was like, I got 30 minutes. Let me hurry up. And I went ahead and parked my car right next to it because I knew the battery was not going to be happy. Parked my car there, got the jumper cables hooked up, went inside, grabbed the keys, ran out, hit the starter, didn't do anything. Then I realized I left the distributor cap unmounted. So I mounted the distributor cap, and then I moved all the plug wires one to the left. Everyone went one to the left, and it made a different sound. So it actually did do something. There was a little bit of a combustion at the wrong time. Obviously, it didn't fire up, and I poured a little gas in the carb, and I had the fuel line ran into my bucket of fuel, and it's good fuel. And it did a little bit of something, but it definitely did not sound happy. So I was like, all right, let's just go one to the right, or now two to the right, because I'm going past the one that I already had. I'm pretty sure I didn't have a lot of time to sit there and dick with it, but I'm pretty sure the plug wires are all out of whack right now. So, and I didn't have time to mess with it and make sure I got all of them exactly where I wanted. I was just trying to quickly do it, and I was like, all right, take this one off, and skip one, and take this one off, and then put this one here, and then skip one, and then put that one that I already had off here, but then I made it all the way around, and then I had some that were not in the right spot whatsoever. But when I hit the starter on that one, it made a very loud backfire. So I'm pretty sure this could be it. I just need to go through, because I know I got a couple of plug wires. There's probably one that I didn't move yet, and there's probably some that are just switched around wrong. So it's looking a little bit okay, but the thing that I don't like about it is how the plug wires don't want to reach where I'm trying to get them to go. So I'm like, I don't know if this could possibly be the way it was, when it was running. It just doesn't make sense. They fit well in both directions. They didn't really fit right, but the original way I had it, they fit perfectly. Everything was like it was meant to be that way, but it doesn't want to fire up. I have no idea. I'm thinking later on I might end up getting a new distributor cap. I might go ahead and just redo the timing altogether. Set it to top dead center, and just to redo everything, because it should not be that hard to get a 350 to run, especially when it was running, the other day, and I have done nothing to it other than replace the coil wire. Big deal, right? And the coil wire can pull power from anywhere. And I had it pulling it from the fuse box. There was an actual fuse that was running it, but I switched it directly to the battery. So we'll see if maybe that'll do something. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy with the way that things are going right now. They could definitely be worse. I've got 3 vehicles that have the potential to be good. The Cruise will be good, but it'll be gone. It'll be out of here. Get it out of here. I just hope that whoever buys it, it's like, yeah, listen, I have been driving this car for 6 years, okay? It's got its issues. It's got heat, though. It doesn't have AC. It leaks a little bit of coolant. It leaks a little bit of oil. Just open the hood every now and again, and you'll probably be fine. And then when I get a new tire for it, I'll probably go try to get a new tire sensor, and then figure out I don't know. The tires, flashing the tires seems to be a fucking crazy thing. I might just take it up to fucking wherever and be like, "Yo, my free flash on my tire sensors," because I tried doing the little hack on YouTube where you fill up the tires to like 45 psi, and then you go and you just let some air out of them until the car honks or something, some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know, but get the tires. As long as the tire sensor isn't on and they're all aired up, it should be fine. And then all I got to do is I mean, clear, maybe do an oil change, but maybe just wait to see what I'm gonna do with it and do an oil change on it. I mean that's the least I could do, I guess, is do an oil change on it. But I really have the desire to just hit the reset button again, you know, because I've been adding oil to it. So, yep, that'll be a good car for somebody for probably a little while, maybe. You never know. It's weird how that happens, is because I've seen it happen, and it hasn't really happened to me that much, but I've seen it where somebody has this truck or car or whatever, and they drive it every fucking day, and then they sell it to somebody, and then the the buyer's like, "Hey, this car just blew up," and it's like, "Well, fuck, that sucks, dude." Like, I don't know. Like, I had no, and that's what I'm really hoping doesn't happen. But it happened to a guy at work where this one kid had a car, it was like an Altima or something, and he was just driving it around, and everything was fine with, well, not fine with it. He sold it to a guy at work for $500, and then the guy at work gave it, did a couple of oil changes and stuff to it, and new tires or whatever, and then gave it to his son, and then it blew up on his son like the first day he had it out. And it's not like you can just blow up an Altima whenever you want, um, unless you're really trying. But it's like it was running and driving. That was the guy's way to work every day. So whenever it's like, I don't know what you did different, but now I no go. But he was cool with it because they knew each other, and he only gave $500 for it. But it's like, I don't want to sell my cruise for $500. It's worth more than that. Um, Realistically, I'm probably going to list it for 3,000. It's a newer car, doesn't have that. I mean, it's got 115,000 miles on it. I think it's actually less than that. It's like 113 something. And it's a 2014. Like, I don't know. Uh, it should last longer than that. Wish I could go back. I mean, I don't want to go back because the way everything worked out is where I'm at now, and I think right now is a pretty good timeline to be in. But if this was a video game and I could go back and I'd say, no, I'm actually not going to buy the Chevy Cruze. I'm just going to keep paying on this Silverado or the Sierra and fix up the Sierra. I mean, if I could actually go back to a previous save, it'd probably be to my 78. And when I first got my 78, because I loved that truck. I do like the long bed better. I think it looks better now, but there's always people out there that are like, "Oh, I love the short beds." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't know." The 78 was a badass truck. I loved it. And I would probably just go back to the 78, do a resave at the 78. Wouldn't buy the S10, wouldn't buy the Suburban, wouldn't sell the 78, wouldn't be spending my money in all these other places for all this other shit I would have put the money into the 78 or something like that. And then I don't know. If we're able to go back to previous saves, where would you go? I want to know where your life made a turn. Like you could have made it one choice different, and your whole life would be completely different. But like, see, if I went back and I changed anything, I wouldn't have my beautiful wife and my two amazing children. Most likely, it wouldn't turn out that way because I met a guy. Well, let's see, the 78. If I could go back and I didn't sell the 78, I wouldn't have ever got the S10. Um, Man, it would be rough, but I'd have to go back, and the 78 would have to get blown up. The engine would have to blow twice. What else would have to happen? I'd have to live at the apartment, the shitty apartment in Kansas where I was robbed. The truck I would have to spend all that time and money getting that truck going and then have it stolen again because that truck was stolen. And then I would also have to sell it to one of my other buddies, Bo. I sold it to my buddy Bo, and then he was like, "I'm going to take this to the scrapyard." I'm like, "Don't you dare! Don't you dare take it to the scrapyard!" I wanted him to enjoy the truck. That's why I sold it to him because you don't just he wasn't in a need for a car. If you're in a need for a car, you don't buy the rustiest Chevy truck you can ever have. It wasn't like he was in need for a car. He was just like, I think it's cool. I'm like, all right, I'll sell it to you. I want somebody else to experience this, and I want to see what you're gonna do with it. And then he didn't do anything with it except for attempt to take it to the scrapyard. I'm like, no, what? I didn't sell it to you so you could just take it to the scrapyard. I sold it to you so you could enjoy it. If you don't want to enjoy it, I'll buy it back from you. And I did, I think, buy it back from him. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we had a payment arrangement set up, and I'm pretty sure I paid him back, but I have no idea. What if he has held a grudge against me this whole time? Oh, that guy's on fire. There's a guy bobtailing down the highway, just smoking up a show. Something, I don't know. Something probably got into his drive shaft. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited about things again. I'm glad I got hands on with the 79, even though it wasn't much. I did something. I feel more accomplished than I would if I hadn't touched it and just sat inside and played video games the whole time. Because man, you get in a rut and you just I just want to sit around, man. I am genuinely lazy. But I'm hoping that getting these trucks and everything going get me up and feeling maybe a little better about myself or better about my situation, because right now all I have is a cruise and a paperweight sitting in my driveway, and it feels like I don't want to be here. I don't want to drive a cruise every day. I don't want the cruise no more. I want to get it to a point where I can drive the 79 on Monday and drive the 92 on Tuesday, and I just switch back and forth. I drive a different one every single day. Like that would be cool. Or maybe just like a whole week of driving the 79 and a whole week of driving the 92. Once that 79 is going, that's going to be my fucking pride and joy. I'm going to be driving that everywhere. The 92 is still good and I still like it, but that's my going, I don't know. My nice truck is going to be the 79, even though it's super duper rusty. But the 92 is going to be the truck that, like, which one would you rather be pulled over in? I'm gonna say 92. The 92, it blends in a lot better. Uh, it's got more shit that's normal on it, but the 79, cop pulls over. He's like, "What the? You have boat gauges in here?" But yeah, those are boat gauges. They are waterproof. There's a hole in the floor. Uh, I did all this by myself. You could probably tell. But I don't know. I got a couple of little plans. Nothing. I don't know. It's nothing probably going to be special right now, but in the future with the 79, my goal is to make it a personal roadside service recovery vehicle. It's not going to be a tow truck or anything, but I just want to have tools, toolboxes, fluids, like everything to go on that truck. So, like, if my wife or let's just say my sister, she's like, "Hey, my car broke down. Can you come help?" Oh yeah, and I just hop in the 79. I go over there, and it's like I've got oil, come some different types of oils maybe. I've got oils. I've got an air compressor. I got a battery charger, jumper cables. I got air tools. I've got regular hand tools. I got everything ready to go right here, so we can. Maybe I shouldn't put all of this expensive stuff on a truck that doesn't use a key. Hmm. Maybe I should. Maybe I should make it a little bit more harder to steal. Because right now, like if the truck ran and drove, all somebody's got to do is open the wing window, pop the door open, and flip a big red knob, and then push the start button, and it's gonna fire up. So I'll have to figure something out with that. I don't know. I don't know. I like the idea of the transfer case, just putting the transfer case in neutral, like setting the parking brake and putting the transfer case in neutral, and that's just like part of my routine with it. And so, like, if anybody ever does mess with it and they get it to, they're gonna get it to fire up, but that motherfucker ain't going nowhere, and they're gonna be like putting it in drive and reverse and neutral and like what the fuck, and because a lot of people aren't gonna know what the fuck to do with the four-wheel drive transfer case in neutral, or I don't know. I don't want to give away how I would do it, but I don't think anybody on here is ever going to try to steal my shit. I've always thought about like a switch, but instead of a switch, it's like a little tag. So instead of a key, it's like a little tag thing that hangs on your keychain, and you slide it in the slot on the dash, and whenever it slides in, it connects two wires. So like you can turn the knob on and everything, but the actual starter switch will not be engaged unless this little key card, I'll just say key card, but it's going to be something different, is in there connecting the two wires. So like you'll be able to fuck with the radio and all kinds of shit, and all the gauges are going to do everything, but the start switch isn't going to do shit, and that would probably turn into something like the I don't know. It could be the coil. I could do it for the coil or something. So like you'll be able to turn it over, and you're like, this thing just doesn't want to start. What the fuck is going on? And this key card is going to be hidden somewhere on the truck, probably in plain sight, but nobody's going to know what the fuck to do with that. You're going to have a specifically sized piece of metal that goes in and twists or something. I don't know. In order for, which is like a key. But anyways, you're gonna have to have a specific thing that's gonna do a thing before it's going to give the engine the the power to run. But it would be really cool is if they can get in, they think they got it, they think they're golden, and then it never fires up. They just sit there cranking it and cranking it and cranking it. They rip out all the wiring or whatever. I'll put it back. It's okay. And they're just like, what the fuck? Like, this isn't worth us trying to fucking steal. That's my goal. Or maybe just another battery shut off switch somewhere. Uh, and a locking hood. Because right now the hood, you don't even have to get inside the cab to operate the hood. Like most cars, they have a hood latch release or whatever. Not this. It's right on the front of the truck, underneath the middle of the hood. It's where you open the hood and unlock the hood and everything. So I don't know. I'll do something. Either a fuel shut off, a coil shut off, and the power shut off, the transmission shut off, which would be the transfer case. There's a lot of different things you can do. And yeah, I don't want anybody fucking getting in my shit without me knowing about it. So I'm not sure, but anyways, this has been going on long enough. I think it's over an hour and a half, I believe. So keep all 18 down, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.